day, and we're just working on the fenders for the Datsun. Foreman's here. What's up, Mr. Tom? Huh?
I'm feeding a kitten again. I've got this powdered milk and
Yeah.
warm water, and
Sure.
shooting it into his mouth with a little syringe. And
is it doing all right?
well, it'll be okay. So they look around, they open this cupboard, and he jumps out, supplies!
Supply!
That's a pretty good one, yeah.
Is it just the two fenders left there, or the door?
No, we got, the doors are done. We got to do the hood, deck lid, fenders, and front valence.
Oh, okay.
But they're all ready. This is all that needs body work.
Oh, okay. The other ones just need prime.
They're already body worked. They just need prime, yeah.
Prime. Okay.
So that's fine. It's going
End of the week.
well. Yeah.
I'll be painted.
Put some Bondo on, and then while the Bondo's drying, we'll clean up in there and pull the Chevy out. So we'll probably have to move the Buick. We'll just pull it out with your truck, I guess.
So where are you stacking all these cars at home?
I got trouble.
Have you?
Yeah,
I kicked my wife out.
Yeah?
yeah. He's got them in the living room now.
Got him in the living. Yeah.
Want a car in the spare room?
Yeah.
You don't mind if I put a couple of your places?
Oh, I got 3.5 acres.
Oh.
Right?
Huh?
Just fill up his backyard.
I don't want to fill it up, but what do you think? Are you comfortable with like 5 or 6? Huh?
Just the Torino and a few others.
As long as they're not looking like this, because of like, holy Christ, what a pile of junk!
This fucking guy, you'll say.
But if you've got nice ones, you don't want to leave them outside either.
No.
Oh no, he doesn't want to store the nice ones. It's just the
junkers.
The junkers,
Fixer-uppers, man.
the fixer-uppers, yeah. Oh, he's mixing it up.
Slick time.
Show everybody.
Weren't you supposed to do like its own song?
Oh yeah.
Or that one? That was Bondo.
Oh yeah, we need a Bondo song too.
Bondo
Yeah.
song.
Well, primer song. If we had one, it would be playing right now. There's the bonnet and a little touch up to do here. And everything else, these are just the very lightest bits of body work here. We had to do a certain amount of massaging, as you saw. Ashley has ground down and re-welded the edges here to fit the car. So that looks great. And some very minor body work. These are actually in amazing condition. Well, I guess they are brand new. Like, just the fact that you have brand new fenders is pretty crazy.
But they were pretty beat up.
Yeah, what do they call it? Shelf wear. Certain amount of shelf wear on these babies, but it's okay. We got it. We have an excellent deck lid here, scavenged from how many cars did this take? 4. Seeing the best of 4 Datsuns here. The lower valence that we showed earlier. So the purpose of this coat of primer is really just to go on the bodywork only, just to fill pinholes and scratches. We'll block it all again tomorrow, and then we'll epoxy and prime everything. Then we'll block all of this, but there's no point in larding 2 coats of primer on stuff that's perfect. We just want it on top of where the bodywork ended up. So that's the plan. It's all looking very good.
There's the secret, kids. Don't tell anyone. Pinholes are gone. forget my little patchy poo. I'm gonna make you bend down. What do you see?
Can you get that on the camera? See how bad that is?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's like 100 of them.
Right, and then there's hardly any primer on there.
Pretty unimportant part.
Very good.
Nice.
Couldn't be much better than that.
Good.
Well, there's another. That's a good day of work, though.
Oh yeah.
That all needed some doing.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
It's what
great.
we achieved or what we set out to achieve, and we did it. So,
Yeah. Okay.
and
So-
it's not even 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that more than the 3 hours we budgeted for, but it's all right. 3, 6, whatever. It's done.
It's done. Yeah.
Okay, another day, big day tomorrow. Final coat of primer on everything. So we're gonna block all the bodywork, and we're assuming that it's all gonna be very close. And we haven't found anything, so yeah, easy. All right, man.
Be back tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll text you a list of everything we need.
Okay.
Dawn's working on her Buick today. Headlight harness time. Don't film me.
Yeah.
Leave me alone with my chopped up wiring. It's so sad that somebody would do that. Anyway, that's going to take a few minutes. She's got the right plan. And me and Frankers and Ashley are sanding today.
Yay!
Yay! Oh, we love sanding primer. That's going well, actually. The idea is that by the end of the day, this is all in its final coat of primer, and then box liner on the insides and bottom, and paint before the end of the week. And there we are. More bits. Stuff all in amazing condition. It's nice.
Looks very nice, my friend.
This is the one and only coat of high build primer that's going on everything. So we'll be coat of epoxy, coat of high build primer. That's it. Getting painted over one coat of each, and then another coat of epoxy right before we paint, which we'll paint over immediately. That's some nice pieces we're going to be painting over. This hood is amazing. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a nice hit.
That's a nice hood.
That's a very good hit.
This stuff, these are like beer cans. Like finding a good one of any of this stuff is almost impossible. So
Yeah, just took 4 cars.
just 4 cars, the best bits of each one. Did a few little touch-ups on the bodywork, and just kind of really, it was all pretty good first time around. So this is just a coat of primer so that we have something to sand on the entire surface. So we'll have a nice uniform surface to paint over. Everything's finished in 150, and it'll be sanded again all the way up to 500, and then be ready
You're
for.
gonna make me paint it.
What do you mean? You wanted to paint it?
Oh, do I?
Yeah. You did the doors. Those turned out perfect.
Yeah, not perfect. Okay. They're good. They're good.
They
enough.
look good.
They're good. They do.
Yeah,
look,
they
they're
look
good
great.
enough.
There's,
I'm happy with all of it so far.
yeah. So these are going to look. They're going to look fine. Okay. Well, that's quite the build up for a coat of primer. Really milking this coat of primer. Hey, it's an hour-long show, kids. Look at this particular surface. Look at that. And you look at this is the corner. See, there's a corner there, and look at this. That's rounded. All right, and now a word from our sponsor. Those windows are not very clean. Are we actually going to do this, you guys? God. That is a nice looking fender. That's very nice. Nicely done. Clean the overspray off the camera and get back to work. Need a hand bun? You got it.
That's okay.
More wiring harness for Bun's Buick today. And such a nice day, I moved the fenders outside and I'm just going to start blocking. We've got a lot to do, so we're going to keep at that. Miss Frankers is here to help. Okay, so today's plan is to block all this in 150 and then put the sound deadener / box liner on the bottom of here, bottom of the hood, inside the fenders, and presumably back of the valence, although maybe not necessary. I'll leave that to Ashley. The reason we're not finishing this up to 500 is that, well, it's in 150, we can still flip it over and lay it on top of dirty stuff and whatever, because it's still all getting sanded again. The reason we're not just leaving it unsanded and putting all the box liner on is that that's kind of, the box liner is like a half-hour job, so why shoot up the whole day when we can get this stuff half prepped, and then once the box liner's on, we kind of can't touch it for 12 hours or so. So yeah, that's the plan, just breaking up the final prep into 2 days instead of doing it all in one. But it's going on well. I've already got the fenders done. You know, this is how you should be looking, right? This is only the first coat of primer on the entire panel. We put a coat on just the bodywork, blocked that, did our touch-ups. One coat of primer on the whole panel. You can see, sanded the whole panel down with 150 and I haven't broken through anywhere, and there's no low spots. So the whole thing was within a couple of thou before we even primed it. There's no truth to the idea that you have to put 7 or 8 coats of primer on to make a good looking car. Just do the bodywork properly, and the primer is really just there to give you something to paint over. So, and you know, there was a time when I would prime stuff 6-7 times, but I realized that if you're putting primer on it more than a couple of times, then it wasn't ready for primer the first time. So anyway, that's all I've ever learned about this stuff anyway. Back for the final day of prep on the Datsun 411, and then we're spraying it tonight, or Ashley is anyway. So let's get that going. So, disaster? No.
No disasters.
No disasters.
0.
Only success. Oh, that looks great. Just pebble that in there so it looks original. Sleepy boo-boo dog.
Sleepy puppy. There you are. Oh, you're so dirty. Go see Dad.
Hi, man. What's going on? Oh, yeah? You hanging out today? It's very dusty. You're very dirty.
Hey, Gary.
Hey,
What's up?
how's it coming?
Good. Hold on a second. Oh, it's only 5. All right. We painted 8:30.
You told Tom you'd be ready by 7.
Oh shit. I'm already lying. Okay.
I'm gonna suggest that we move these this way. Like that. Now you got the same amount of room there as here. Feeling good?
Feeling good, Lewis? What's up?
Feeling good? Huh? Trading places. Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis.
Well, it's go time, right? I mean,
Yeah, well,
it'll be fine.
yeah. I'm gonna leave him to it. That's pretty good success.
That's going to be the hardest thing to paint.
Just because you got to bend over. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm giving it one coat of epoxy,
Yeah.
then I'm going to clean the gun,
Yeah.
and then
And wait.
half hour
wait
later.
at least half hour. Yeah. And
Then
you want your epoxy to be just to cover,
Right.
not
I'll go
wet.
Crazy.
Just enough to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a couple little spots. As long as you know.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Light.
Light, but not dusty.
Right.
Not dusty and not pebbly, but not fucking wet and shiny either. Just enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just realized we filmed everything up leading up to this. Kind of got to film a few minutes of painting.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, good. It's almost nothing there. Here. Yeah. Your light here. Almost nothing here. Okay. Okay. Looks really good here. Good there. Yeah, yeah. Okay. The rest of it's pretty easy?
Yeah.
Okay. And next coat, heavier. This is good for a first coat. Next coat's got to be heavier. But that's looking good. Okay, I'll get out of here unless you need me. Oh, look at that. That? You're talking about that? That should stay. Oh, you really nailed it, man. Looks great. Look at that.
Yeah, it looks nice. I need a diesel point to spare tire. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Right?
Very good. Yeah, and you got it nice and wet. And if that's your run, then
No, I'll keep that.
yeah.
That's a good.
No, you got to get rid of that one. But I'm just saying that one's easy to get rid of. What are you talking about here? Oh, just so enthusiastic.
Oh, I know. Oh God,
Oh,
what a
jeez.
heartbreaker.
Yeah, you were getting pretty fucking aggressive in here. Eh?
Just relaxing. Oh
just,
God.
just couldn't stop.
So bad.
Amateur hour.
It looks great. Look at how glassy and straight that thing is. Those will polish out in 5 minutes. I thought you were talking like bad. Like, this looks great. Yeah, man. That'll polish so fast and so nice. Look at how clean it is.
Yeah, I liked having hanging them. You know, there's
Yeah.
no fucking dirt.
Yeah, way less.
Yeah.
Right? This looks lovely.
That's a win.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, to get away with all that and have it come out that straight and clean, and we hammered through that
Oh,
job
I was
too.
gonna say, look at this. You're still got fucking slick sand dust on it.
Yeah, no, we like,
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's a win. It's not perfect, but
It
it's
looks
a win.
fucking good.
100%.
Thank you, man.
Go. Hey, no problem. That was easy. Easy for me. I didn't have to do anything. Right on, gents.
Yes, that was a success. Sorry about those runs.
Stupid thing, heavy. Throw it in the truck and I'll back it up to your truck.
See you on Sunday.
I guess Sunday it is. Yeah, Thursday is busy.
That shit will dry up nice. And I'm in Calgary tomorrow.
Okay. Right, back in the body shop today and back on the 1960 Impala, another bottomless piece of shit rust bucket project that's going to take years. So every day is an adventure. Let's carry on with this quarter panel rebuild. It's time to start fitting up all the pieces we made in the hopes that this might all be joined together one day. Got the car up in the air today. We're gonna start probably fitting this front piece, and I think I'm gonna take the remains of this old dog leg panel off here, and that will let us finish cleaning up the wheel tub, which actually looks pretty good. And we're gonna do some very light repairs to here, and that kind of thing. So, and you see I have the car suspended by the axle so that the weight distribution is the same as if it were on the ground, without me having to bend over for 6 hours at a time. You can see how much of this I can get finished. Obviously, the odds of finishing this car completely this winter are very small. It's a monumental project, but I'm enjoying the hell out of this, believe it or not. There's something fun about making cars that you would never really be able to afford a good one, but I can afford a shitty one, and I have a welder. So let's get busy. I think we'll start by melting the lead out of here so we can remove the rest of this. Okay. So, gonna rough it off. Okay, more gruesome bullshit. Okay, we'll be building a piece there as well. That's fine. Nothing we're not really expecting here. That's part of the door jamb here, rocker panel, dog leg. So we can cut all of this out of here. We don't really need any of this. No real surprise there. We've got the old dog leg off and cleaned up that overlap there. And so that's fine. It's actually, the rocker's excellent on this, and we'll be able to vacuum all this shit out of here. Damn it. Mice, eh? They just ruin everything. Meanwhile, let's repair this. We've got our little patch panel pattern there. So we'll cut that out, whistle that in. I think I'll have to clean that mouse shit out of there before, because I hate the smell of burning mouse nests. Ugh. Oh my goodness.
Aw, it's so cute, eh?
Don't let Frazer see it.
Small, eh?
Yeah.
How old is he, you think?
It's got to be 3 weeks now,
Oh yeah?
at least. Yeah. So I'm feeding them, and it's just the sweetest little thing.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be a real nice cat.
You rub his belly, and then he'll eat some more.
Yeah.
And then he'll eat a few mouthfuls, and then and you got to rub his belly again, and then he eats some more. So.
Aw.
Well, he's very nice, eh?
Oh, what a little sweetie, huh?
Yeah. He's about the size of a gopher. He's all black.
Yeah, all
He's just a
black.
wee tiny thing, eh?
He's getting away. Oh, Frankers is going to see him, and that's going to be the end of that. Hang on, Frankers will be right there.
Poor Frazer.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah.
What a nice kitten.
Yeah.
No name though, hey?
No, I don't name them. She's just such a little sweetheart. I don't want to traumatize her.
Uh-oh, it's Velcro.
Yep.
Stuck to you now.
He's got like little nails, like
Little
they're
claws.
like
Yeah.
needles, and his teeth are like they're like
Say hello, kitty. Here, now you're on TV. You.
See, I don't want to be on
Yeah,
TV.
he doesn't want to be on TV. Neither does Sean. Neither does Tom. There, look, there's 3 people that don't want to be on TV right there.
Just the cat, the only one.
Oh, that's
Did
great.
that cat rip your coat like that?
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, that's right. You and your cats. You owe me a coat. Yeah.
Like a tiger.
Yeah. Oh,
One
look at
ripped
it's
his
hugging
beard
the
straight
puma thing. It
Oh,
thinks it's
yeah.
Yeah.
found its friends.
Uh,
I made this little tool for pulling all the mouse nest out of there. Luckily it was pretty benign and hadn't really caused any damage other than being a mouse nest. So we pulled those plugs out. Surprising how good most of this car is, actually. Well, that's why we're using it. And got a panel repair piece here to take care of the missing rocker closing panel. Once this is in, cleaned up, then we can go back and start with what we actually thought we were going to be doing today, which was that. This guy here. So let's get this in there and just get on with our lives. Actually happy with how it's going overall, and you know, it's gonna be fine. Okay, there's the closing panel repair, and we cleaned up the rocker, ready for the plug welded installation. Now, we went over this before, but originally that seam would have been right behind the door, and the rocker panel would have had a leaded seam there. And the rocker panel, all of this would have been missing because it's a two-door, and so there's stuff wouldn't have even been here. But I figure, why cut it all out? I'm going to drill drainage holes so that it can drain out the original drain here. And that's probably going to be good enough. That's not really as important right now as trying to get this all to fit. You can see there's a lot of very rough installation here. So now is when it starts to matter. So let's get that panel back on there now that we have something that we think that we might be able to work with. That actually fits quite well. This is where we're going to cut it that way. And now I'm just deciding, do I cut it and weld it right to the top of the rocker, or do I lap it 3/4 of an inch and plug weld it to the rocker, which is easier and faster. So I don't know. I always want to use as little as possible of anything I made, so as much as necessary, but no more than necessary. Pretty happy with that. Gotta fold that edge a little tighter down there, but that's not a big problem. What I'd like to do is get rid of as much of this red piece as I can. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to slide it underneath here and then trace the outline of the original panel. So in order to do that, because it has to sit on top here, I have to cut a slice in it here so that it can be folded in. It's going to make a bit of a mess, but in the end I think worth the extra hassle. See that I can shave off an inch of my patch panel here. I'm going to mark this, and I'm not going to cut it off at that line because that line could still change, but I'm going to cut closer to it because it's not going to change by that much. But I think we're far enough along that we can cut to within 1/8 of an inch of that line, and that's going to also help make sure that anything I made isn't pushing the original panel around. And the idea here is that we're getting ready to fit this piece to this one. At a certain point we're going to be cutting these and butting the whole thing together, and I want to make it all into one piece. Well, that's looking good. And then I discovered, well, I didn't discover, but I suspected this problem, and I was right. You can see that there is better than 1/8 of an inch gap underneath that straight edge, and that means that this area here is too high because we're pretty much touching, like it's touching there. So what's happened is that the patch is this way and then the flare, whereas this needs to be flattened out. So I gotta think about that because I don't know what I'm doing. So what are we gonna do? I think we need to stretch it in here to lay this a little flatter. Then we're gonna see. But that's a major problem. I ran into a similar problem on the Fury and don't remember what I did. So, but we can't go any further with this until this is sorted. You can see I've been kind of tapping it down and I think it got me some of it, like this from here to here, here to here, and here to here should be parallel to that, and it's not. It's coming out this way. So we need to we need to get that to lay flatter. And I don't really know how. We might be stretching it here and here. Anyway, yeah, I'll let you know what I did, if it works. If you're watching this, I probably figured it out. Oh, battery dying. Anyway, next step, I'm gonna cut some of this overlap off. This is a little cleaner job. So I'm just gonna trim this one there, and then I can pick somewhere in here for the final splice. So we'll do that now, and we'll change the battery. Here we are, and we've done the first trim on this. Next, I want to trim a whole lot of this off. So we're going to make a mark, and we're going to do the same as we did here, trim it within 1/8 of an inch, so that no matter what happens, we are going to be okay. And yeah, I'm actually reasonably happy with that piece. Looks like we got a low spot there. We're going to have to fix that. Little dip in it there, and we do have to move part of that inner structure out, so we'll be doing that as well. But first, let's see how much of this we can get rid of. All of this is fine, all of this is fine, and for some reason, don't know if it's a mouse nest or whatever, but that is right through, so this is all garbage. So it means we have to be able to cover that, and the most part we're gonna be kind of. I'm gonna make the final trim on this guy to fit to that guy. So that makes me a little nervous, of course, because we can't get this too far wrong. But here goes, whatever. Now we gotta match those pieces up. That shouldn't be too bad. It's quite good, actually. Still a bit too there, but quite good. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's clean these up and weld these two together. There's really not much else to do now except put it together and hope that it looks okay. can't go anymore because the risk of it getting stuck to the panel underneath, and then that would be bad. So I just tacked it enough that it's not going to move. Now I'll take it off, finish welding it, grind it down, clean it up, put it back on, have a look. You know, the same old. Now I've got the whole thing held on with one clamp and one screw. There's the join. Pretty decent, I guess. Now we can hammer that a little straighter. It's got a little dip in it there. And then we'll, I don't know. I honestly don't know what we're going to do then. Should I carry on and fit the back one? I kind of like to. But that means I need to at least temporarily install the trunk drop, which is fine. Okay, next problem we have is that this part of the top of the wheelhouse there has pulled in, either with welding or it wasn't quite the right shape when I started. So all we're going to do there is just try and literally just pound it out. I don't think it's going to make, you know, you don't see this piece, so whatever I got to do to move that out 1/4 of an inch, that's what we're going to do. And I'm probably just going to hit it with something really heavy. So there's not really a lot of technique here. Okay, now where are we at here? So far so good. I think the next thing I would like to fit this guy somehow to some of this. Don't really know where it goes, honestly. So it's going to be a challenge. Somewhere in there. Luckily, we have a reasonable facsimile of the trunk drop. Looks like I've grabbed the wrong side, of course, because this was made from a very good pattern, and the external piece was made from nothing. We have to install this guy first while we still have some remnants of the original panel, because this flange here lines up there. And this is, despite it being rotten, there's still enough there. So I've rebuilt this outer wheelhouse, and this is supposed to weld there, and then the trunk floor and everything, whatever. But I may have made this just a teeny bit that way, so I'm going to modify this by just a small, I'm just going to fold this a little differently and trim this extra off. And then that, I think we'll screw to here. And then I'm going to put one screw or clamp back here. And then at least we'll have something to aim for with the outer piece. If we can get the outer piece roughly where we want it, and I'm hoping it's not as much of a pain in the ass as the front piece was, then we could weld that to that, somewhere wherever it goes, and that would be excellent. Okay. I'm gonna trim a bunch of this off. Definitely not as pronounced as that. So I'm hoping that'll help. And we're also going to be trimming a lot of the top of this off. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to fine tune that a bit, but it's not bad. So, what are we looking at here? There's the rear of the trunk pan. So that's a homemade piece, but that's an original piece in its original place. That's the rear cross member for the body, and that's the relative position of the pieces there. And here is the trunk drop. That's an accurate piece. This is a vertical drop, so we know that that's good if it's vertical. There's all that, and there we are, clamped to the wheel tub. And we got a little kink here. We'll have to shrink that out, no big deal. Yeah, this might not actually be right here, but what's important is that we have the height. This is correct. So that means that whatever that is, that height is that height. So that means that that's correct, this is correct, and then therefore that is correct. And if that's hanging over it, then we trim that off. So overall, pretty satisfied. But yeah, we're still looking at a major rust repair here. So let's see. I'm actually feeling like splicing this one on right away here. The only real bummer about this is that tiny little bit of extra rust there, and it's just in such a terrible spot. Right in the middle of the panel, hardest part to get at. I want to use as little of this piece as possible, just like I did at the front. I use as much of this middle one because it seems to have it was also the easiest of the three. Has the best kind of representation of the fender flare, which is supposed to kind of go like this. And it kind of fades out here. So we need to exaggerate or define that a little better. But overall, very happy with how that's all fitting. Well, I can't see what I'm filming, but don't know if you can see, but that is pretty excellent, actually. So there's hope for it yet. That piece at the back, I'm going to leave until some of this other stuff is a little better defined, but that one, well, I guess we could do it at the same time. That one's a bit more of a challenge just because I'm going to have to cut most of this off in order to fit up the new piece. And I've been really careful about what I cut off here. Okay, enough chatting. That's actually not bad. So I'm going to weld that to that now, and then we have one giant repair that can be easily installed any old time. It won't be easy. This is not going to be, I mean, it'll be easy to weld it in there, but that's what, an 8-foot long seam that is going to warp like crazy. I am not excited about this. I'm not happy about it, but we don't have any choice. We've got to get it on there. So let's start by welding that up, and at least it's fitting well, I have to say. The fit seems quite reasonable, other than this little pucker here, which I'll have to shrink out. It all lines up, and as I said, the trunk drops are made from a very nice original piece. So since I have that, I make these fit, and then these have to be right. Well, I mean, they have to be close anyway. And let's get that done. And that will probably be it. That's a long day, believe it or not. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy about that. That's a large job and a good head start on it. So I'm going to leave it there because that is pretty much an 8-hour day to fit those 3 pieces to the car and fix that little bit there. Next time around, I think, well, I don't know. I don't know if there's much advantage in welding that last piece to here as well. The reason I did this is so that these seams can be hammered nice. I didn't do this one yet, but see, that's all tangent now. And before you do it, that's about the best you could do if you weren't going to take it back off again. So it's low here. So now I can take this off. We can hammer all that out, grind it front and rear, make it, you know, so that the weld is not a significant problem when you start the bodywork. We've got, you know, got to get it a tiny bit tighter there, but I think overall a very good bit of production today. And the other problem we've run into, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the Thursday video, my computer died and I lost a lot of stuff. The computer's not worth getting fixed, it's too old. So that means that I've lost the, you know, the credits, all the template, all the music. I mean, I didn't lose the music. Well, maybe not. I don't know. But I lost everything. I had a big head start on the editing and I lost all that. So, yeah, that means that this is not a fun week. It went from being a fun week to being like an absolute nightmare. I do take it pretty seriously, getting these videos done on time, but I don't know what I'm going to do. So if you're watching this, I guess I did something. Anyway, I guess that's it. I can say for sure that I'm happy with this. After all the computer bullshit the last couple of days, I just got up this morning and went, you know, I just want to go work on a car. I'm tired of thinking about this shit. So, yeah, I went and worked on my car. Hope you enjoyed watching me swear at something besides a computer. We'll see what we get up to next on the Impala, but I'm pretty stoked about all that. That is now, you know, it's a car again. So, well, it will be. It's half a car. The other half of the car not even started yet. It's easy to get yourself through the first half on this stuff. Getting yourself to start all this again for the other side, that can be challenging because these pieces are exhausting to make and they're fussy to fit, and you know, the process is slow and tedious, which is just what YouTube audiences love, is slow and tedious. Okay, I know what you're thinking, same thing as me. Shut up and just get to the fun paint job. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the show this week. As always, a terrific time putting it together, and very much appreciate that anybody might leave a comment or hit the old like button. Very much enjoy reading all those and try to answer as many as I can. Obviously a little rough around the edges this week, and I had to cut it a little bit short. I'm just simply out of time with all the chaos with the computer. I have to get up in 3 hours and go film something that I think you guys are really going to get a kick out of, and I'm simply out of time. So bear with us for 1 week. I did what I could, considering that yesterday this time I had nothing. So we'll get to back to whatever passes for normal around here as soon as possible. I want to say a very special thanks this week to the patrons of the show. You guys make it possible every week, and this week, you made it possible for me to go purchase a new computer to keep making the show and keep trying to make it better the best we can. So thanks so much to the patrons, and thanks also to anybody who pitched in through the PayPal link in the description or through the super thanks here on YouTube. And thanks everybody who pitched in yesterday for the impromptu live show. I didn't have a video ready, and I kind of thought, well, it's Thursday, I usually do something, so thanks everybody who popped in and hung out and asked questions and pitched in to keep the show going. Thank you guys all so much. I actually really enjoyed it a lot for something that I was completely unprepared to do, so cheers. To the new patrons, please excuse that I haven't gotten around to fixing the credits yet. That all got erased when my computer died, so I have only a copy of last week's credits, which I will do my very best to have all of that rectified in the next 7 days here. Actually, kind of been planning to reshoot the credits anyway, so that's underway. Also underway, I just sent off some more 8mm film to be developed. The thing with 8mm, as anybody with old-fashioned film cameras remembers, is you never really know what you're going to get until you get it back. So with any luck, we'll have some fun new 8mm footage of the old junkers running around here. You can see I'm standing next to a possible project for this winter. Would be finishing this crazy jalopy race car that I started at least 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago now. I'm trying to think, what year is it? Yeah, it's probably almost 20 years ago. So anyway, part of the reason I want to finish this is A, because it's taking up a certain amount of shop space and it's become a shelf. B, I think it would be really fun. C, I need the $5 from Tom. And finally, I wouldn't build this car this way if I were to start it today. So I'm in a situation where I either push it outside and never finish it, or I just finish it to get it done so that we can go on to something completely different. I also have, lots more going on with the Impala, the Buick, and the SM, and the Dodge, and we're not short of things to do. So I appreciate everybody's enthusiasm for this project, and I think that even if we just hammered it together the fastest we could, it would still be really neat to see it on the road. If you guys are into it, I think I would be willing to throw some time at this thing this winter and get it finished up. I have everything I need to do the job except the tires. That'll be the only real expense involved. Obviously not a lot of glass. The exhaust is already done. It's tires and a brake job and welding a bunch of bracketry and bullshit together. So I guess that's it. I mean, I'll probably think of 20 more things, but I've got to get this video finished and try and get a couple hours of sleep so that we can go film something really epic tomorrow. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of it, and I will leave it at that. Okay, everybody, cheers.
He's a regular contributor.
Same old shit.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's a travesty is what it is.
Wow.
You're always out